Thank you, Chris. I don't know who gave you that that blurb there, but it's about 5 years old. I've been with Federal Highway for 15 years, so whoever gave you that should be punished because it's old. But anyways, thanks, Chris, and thank you to the pool fund study folks that are here today. Welcome, welcome. Those of you I'm talking, Tim, it's just the fourth Wednesday of every month. Those that participated in that with us every month, so you know me. I'm Paul Jodoin. So on behalf of my teammates, Jim Ostrich and Joe Tebow, we welcome you to our time slot. We had recognized that we had noticed that the TMC Pool Fund was going to offer this basically cross-cutting topic. So we said, hey, why have two topics that may actually impact both audiences? So why don't we have one webinar? So we sort of just thought that this would be a good fit for our slot here at the fourth Wednesday of every month. So that's what we're doing today. And so welcome to your TMC Pool Fund study folks that may want to join us. So we have many cross-cutting topics. In fact, just about all the speakers today have talked on our Talking Tim webinar series over the last 5 years at one point or another. So with that, I think I'll get on to my updates. So just wanted to give you a few minutes for Federal Highway updates, and then it's all the TMC Pool Fund presentations from here on. So we just a few weeks ago, we had a senior executive. Well, let's just go to the next slide, because that's what I'm going to explain all in a minute, and it's on the next slide. So we had a summit, a senior executive summit. It's the fourth time we've had one. 100 senior executives came in here to USDOT headquarters. We had state transportation directors, senior, the directors, the highest level in the state DOT. Same thing with state police colonels, lieutenant colonels. We had very high level people, and we talked about how we can advance traffic incident management moving forward. So we have held those every 3 or 4 years, and it seems to help push the program forward. One of the things we often hear is we don't necessarily have senior level support when we're talking traffic incident management. So this is our way of trying to combat that, and we seems like we've been successful. So if you go on to the next slide, please. So we have this Everyday Counts initiative. I won't get into the details of that right now, limited time, but we do have a workshop on EMS to support post-crash care. It's part of the National Roadway Safety Strategy and our Everyday Counts initiative. So which we call Next Generation TIM, Technologies for Saving Lives. And but we're looking for participation. Anyone, often our EDC workshops are not open to just everybody, but we're opening this one up because we really want to make that connection, that a stronger connection with the EMS community and those TIM programs out throughout the country. So anything that anyone that may be interested in that, please reach out to us and we'll give you further information on that. So next slide, please. So I want to talk about my pool fund study, or our pool fund study in the TIM program. It's a Safety Service Patrol pool fund study. Well, the TMC pool fund study has been around for many years. We're brand new. Well, not brand new. It's been maybe 2 years now. We've been up and running. We have 19 states participating. And it came up. It came about when people from the community, many of the people that actually would be made in many respects, we have supervisors, TMC managers, but felt there was a need to have a group that worked on and discussed topics that are totally devoted to Safety Service Patrol. So they came to me on a number of times. I said, I don't have the time. But then we determined that it was a good fit for us. And so we've been managing this exercise for 2 years. Many of you, so we're looking for more states. We have 19 states at this point, but that's only about half of the states that have Safety Service Patrols in the country. So we want you to join up and join. And many of you don't realize that this is federal funds that are just reallocated towards federal research funds that are allocated to the pool funds of your interest. In fact, many of the, not many, but some of the pool fund study for the TMC members are also Safety Service Patrol pool fund studies, because they asked me not to put it so close to the TMC pool fund annual meeting next year, our annual meeting. So with that, go on to the next slide where we have here, please. Yeah, so these are just some of the states. Ironically, for our pool fund is some of the best programs in the country. There's best service patrols. They're well beyond service patrols. Most of these that you see on the screen there. But we're looking for more. The more participation we have, the more we can advance the program with the research and the collaboration that's going on. It's just tremendous. Next, please. Yeah, so we're having a state of the practice report. We're finalizing, we're wrapping it up, and different chapters, and there'll be continuous research projects like you saw on the slide that Chris showed. We'll have numerous projects as we go through the years, and but this is the first one, basically updating a state of the practice report, and which is like herding cats, to be honest with you, because all states are different. They're different shapes, different hours, different equipment, but in many respects they are they also have the same mission. So with that, we'll go. What do we have next here? Slide. Oh, we wanted to give you an update on the National Responder Training Program. I've trained, it's been going on since 2012. We're aware of 721,000 responders that have been trained. It's a continuous program. There's training going on every day in this country on TIM related. We just completed a series of train the trainer sessions. So we also participate in responder struck bys, and as you can see, we are making progress over the last few years. A big part of our mission at the TIM program here is the line of duty deaths, and trying to reduce those line of duty deaths for our responders. So we almost the 24 number there, but okay. Well, anyways, just an update on the deaths. Yeah. So just some of the big activities. So there's a refresh of the National Responder Training. It's not live now. I just found out it won't be live at the refresh. For those of you that are trainers, it will be Friday, I'm told. So hopefully it's there on Friday. And then we'll have Crash Responder Safety Week, second week. Actually, it'll be November 18th. It usually is the second week of November. But we're going to have a planning webinar on July 10th. Maybe you can see it there. We just had a UAS workshop for TIM, and we're going to be talking about that on our next Talking TIM webinar. It's the 4th Wednesday in July. So sign up if you want to participate. For those folks that don't normally participate with us, we talk about many TMC. There's a lot of crossover topics like there is today, and we welcome you're joining us at any time. So with that, thanks a lot to the Pool Fund Study and John and everybody else for the collaborative effort, and to the speakers, and to our friend Rick Dye. I guess, am I supposed to hand it to you, Chris, or Rick? Okay.
Thank you so much, Paul. That's awesome. Looks like a lot of great stuff in the TIM community there. It's exciting. So